Are powered by, without a doubt, the most famous engine in all of racing, the Offenhauser, the four-cylinder Offie. And others have what was, without a doubt, the most popular engine of its day in the midgets, the Ford V8 60, a 60 horsepower V8 engine, flathead V8. And you can see one of those in the car that is in the front row. On the outside, you can see that little flathead V8 that powers the car number 11. And it looks like we are getting very, very close to showtime here for ACOT. And once we have completed this event, then we will officially open the program for tonight and bring on our first feature event of the evening, which will be the mini stocks. Then we will roll out the strictly stocks, the late models, and the pro stock automobiles. Looks like we are just about set to go. The Mighty Midgets of the Atlantic Coast Old Timers. Here they come down to the line, and the green flag waves. And for the first time in many, many years, the antique race cars rumble around the 5/8 mile speedway here in Thompson, Connecticut. Back years ago, as we said, this was without a doubt the staple of automobile racing throughout the country, and one of the tracks that played a major role in the growth of automobile racing, whether it be midgets or sprint cars, or what used to be called the big cars, the same cars that race in Indianapolis, competed right here at the Thompson Speedway. Some of you may remember years ago the quarter-mile racetrack that sat right in the infield here. And the midgets had the opportunity to race many times on the big track, the 5/8 mile, and also to race and show their stuff on the quarter-mile track that was in the infield of this, what was at the time the largest speedway in the entire Northeast. It is second only to New Hampshire International in terms of size and speed. And we are really proud to have the ACOT organization here with us tonight. Out in front, it is the number 11. That is Jack Gardner out of Marlborough, Massachusetts, and he seems to be in pretty good stead out there with that race car. So Jack Gardner is out in front with the number 11 car. There is also another 11 car out there, which is being driven by Bob Pearson, and he has now moved into second. So we have the 11 and the 11. Then the number 3 of Bruce Garvin, and the 4 of Carl Pearson. Ken Goey in the number 24 car, apparently experiencing some mechanical difficulties. He has pulled to the infield, as has the number 42 of Mark Servels and the 27 of Henry Smith. Again, a demonstration of some of old-time racing at its very best. Look at that absolutely gorgeous number 15 car that has been restored out there. That is the sprint car, driven by Les King. And you notice that that car is a little bit bigger than our midgets. And yet look at the size of the tires on that car. Just imagine running that full tilt around a speedway like this. The number 8 car is a roadster type sprint car, which is very similar in size, about 7/8 of the size of the roadsters that used to compete for many, many years. In fact, that virtually owned the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and did until a gentleman by the name of Jimmy Clark came destined to change the entire look of the competition in all of championship auto racing. So it is car number 3 now that has taken the top spot. And we have a yellow flag out on the speedway. The number 7 car of Lou Frey has come to a stop at the entrance to turn number 3. And so we will have Ted head out there and provide a little push truck assistance. 3 laps left to run in this one. This is a 10-lap race. As they did so many years ago. We're back underway, and we have 3 laps remaining to run in this event. The number 3 of Bruce Garman and the blue number 11 of Bob Pearson. They're kind of dicing it up for the lead. Wheel sprint car, the number 15 of Les King, retires to the infield after a wonderful run out here. And it looks like we have but 1 lap remaining in this event. Here comes your leader, Bruce Garman. Bob Pearson is next, and then Jack Gardner runs in the 3rd spot. We'll see if that's how they end up when the checkered flag falls. Is displayed, and that means into the final lap. And who will it be? Here comes the 11 car. Pearson looks to the outside. Can he make the move around Garman? They are side by side. It looks like they're going to make a real race of this down to the line. Garman has the advantage. Pearson up on the outside, doesn't quite make it. And the winner is Bruce Garman in car number 3, followed by the 11 of Bob Pearson. And Jack Gardner's number 11 will finish in the 3rd spot.
Normally, on an event such as this or any race here at the Speedway, the winner receives a plaque. But I'll tell you, it is so special to have the representatives from ACOT back with us here tonight that the management of the Speedway decided that the top 3 should also receive winners' plaques simply for the effort that they put in to come out and put on this show for you here tonight. So, to Bruce Carman, congratulations on your win. And on behalf of Donald and D.R. Honig, I'd like to present you with a plaque commemorating your visit here to the Thompson Speedway tonight, Bruce. That, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is our winner. Finishing second was Bob Pearson. Bob, congratulations and a great run. And on behalf of Donald and DR and all of us here at the Speedway, we'd like to make a presentation of a winner's plaque to you because all of you folks are winners as far as we're concerned.
Thank you very much.
Here you go. And finishing third, Jack Carter, congratulations. You were right out there leading for quite a while, but in the final analysis.
It's only a Ford motor. These are Pintos here.
But the classic V8 here, right?
That's correct. And it is what it is, but it ran well.
Oh, it's a great car, and it was a great thrill for us to have you folks here with us tonight. And again, on behalf of Donald, D.R. Honig, and all of us here at the Speedway, we would like to extend this plaque of appreciation for all your efforts here tonight, and thank you very much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the members of ACOT, the Atlantic Coast Old Time Racers. If you would, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask that you all please rise so that we can officially open our program here tonight. Gentlemen, if you would, please remove your hats.
Keep an eye out on the 3G for Chris Gagnon. Works to the inside of row number 6. And also car number 18 for Rod Rixum. Just a couple of the cars to watch for as they will most likely come up through the field and be in the lead pack when the field gets the checkered flag 15 laps from now. Off of turn number 4, it is Chris Kilgar leading the field around, but Morrow gets the jump on the outside, 4 wide at the stripe as the field heads down into turn number 1 with Morrow, the race leader, down into the corner. Side by side for third, it is car number 13 to the inside as they work off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway for the first time. Off of turn number 4. Car number 23 for Morrow leads it, then it is car number 40 for Dennis Coates. Car number 1 for Rich Barry, former track champion in this division here at the Speedway, runs in third with the truck of George Rigo in fourth. Side by side from there on back, here comes the 47 of Rixum trying to gain some spots with the 13 of Clark doing likewise off of turn number 4. Surprised that Chris Gagnon in the 3G has not gained any positions out on the Speedway. He still sits just inside of the top 10. Down the back straightaway, battle for the race lead. Barry takes a look to the inside of car number 40 of Dennis Coates. Off of turn number 4, it is Barry to take the race lead. Coates in second, then the 64 of Rigo and the 23 of Morrow, the 47 of Rixum, and then the 03 of Joe LeMay, the second truck out there, round out the top 5. The battle for the lead continues off the corner and down the back straightaway. The 40 took a look to the inside for Dennis Coates. He'll slip back into line off of turn number 3 into turn number 4. One car slow on the Speedway. It looks to be car number 80 of Roger Larson. He'll go a lap down here on lap number 4. 3-car breakaway at the front of the field. That was car number 60 that went a lap down for Brian Marcotte. Great battle for the second position between the car of car number 40 of Dennis Coates and the truck of the 64th George Rigo. They battle for position. Black flag being given to one vehicle. 23 of Pat Morrow sets in that 4th position. He is showing smoke though from the rear of the 23 car, so we'll see what happens. He now pulls to the infield and will let the field roll by on the outside. That puts the 03 into 4th for Joe LeMay off of turn number 4. Car number 47 for Ron Rixum, the sets in that 5th position. 6 laps complete of the 15 here this evening. Car number 1, Rich Berry leads the field off of turn number 2. All by himself into turn number 3. The 40 for Dennis Coates sets in second with the 64 of Rigo in third. The 03 for Joe LeMay to round out the front 4. The 47 next in line for Ron Rixum. Then it's the 18 of Ron Rixum. The 71 for Randy Waterman. And the 3G of Chris Gagnon. They battle side by side off of turn number 4. Couple of good side-by-side battles as the 18 for Ron Rixum takes a look to the inside of the 47 of Ron Rixum. Halfway this time around, the Kilgar machine looking to go a lap down in car number 66. Halfway for car number 1 of Rich Berry, who has led the field now for about 4 circuits. Heads off of turn number 2 with a healthy 5-car length lead over the 40 of Dennis Coates and the 64 to run in third for George Rigo. Down into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, Kilgar will go a lap down in the 66, the 91 for Ray Fitzgerald, also looking to go a lap down here in the next lap or so. He's right in front of the race leader of Rich Berry. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Fitzgerald goes a lap down along with Kilgar, the pole sitter, in the 66. Off of turn number 4, back down to the stripe, it is Berry, the race leader. Then the 40, one car goes up in smoke over in turn number 3. It is car number 47 for Ron Rixum. He will pull on to pit road quickly as we stay under the green flag down the back straightaway with Berry, the race leader, in car number 1. Healthy advantage over the rest of the field. Then it's Coates, Rigo in the 64, and in 4th, car number, make that truck number 03 of Joe LeMay. Following LeMay, it is the 18 for Rixum, then the 71 for Waterman, the 3G for Gagnon. In the final couple of circuits of our first feature event of the evening, back off of turn number 4, Rich Berry comes back down to the stripe.
7 is left.
Harold Jones goes a lap down in the 07. Into turn number 3. 2 to go, this time by Berry. Goes around one of the other lapped cars. The 64 gets a little out of shape for a moment as car number 2 for Gene Vitello goes a lap down. 2 laps remain for race leader Rich Berry off of turn number 2. Coates set in second, Rigo in third, and Joe LeMay to round out the top 4. Good run for the trucks and competition with us here this evening. White flag, 1 lap remains for Rich Berry. Down into turn number 1. Off of 2 for the final time. Has led more than half of the race distance. Continues to lead for the final time into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, he'll see the checkered flag this time around, and car number 1 for Rich Berry takes down the race win. Coates will come home in second, and then it's the trucks. Good run for truck number 64 of George Rigo, and the 03 for Joe LeMay to round out the top 5. Car number 18 for Rod Rixum, and then it's the 3G unofficially for Chris Gagnon. 71 for Waterman falls next in line. All that unofficial right now as the cars continue to cross the stripe. The last car in the lead lap, car number 13 for Dave Clark.
And then the driver will come up top here and be interviewed following his victory. Looks like we are going to continue with the race program, Kyle, and coming out onto the racetrack, the Strictly Stocks.
His automotive entry.
And finally, the Mike's Service Station. Classic envelope sponsor number 17 from just up the road in Webster. It's John Rogers.
So that's your lineup. 29 cars looking to take the green flag into turn number 3, and off of turn number 4 with car number 0, Frank Kaiser. Leading the field around, off of turn number 4, Barnett to the outside, green flag waves, and 20 laps of strictly stock action is underway.
Indeed it is, and it is Larry Barnett that has a slight advantage as they enter the first turn, but down on the low side at red number 0, Frank Kaiser Jr. gets a good bite, and Kaiser takes the top spot as they head down the backstretch, but here comes Barnett right up alongside to challenge. They are elbow to elbow as they work their way through turn 3, off of turn 4, down to the line. They swap a little bit of paint, and the leader of lap number 1 is going to be Larry Barnett.
It is Barnett by about 5 feet into turn number 1, but Kaiser back down to the inside, off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Kaiser now pulls out a half a car length, but Barnett battles back to the outside, and here comes car number 57, Effecto, to the inside of Ryan Stone for 3rd and 4th.
And as he does that, the 39 of Ryan Stone takes a look to the outside. Stone now makes a move very quickly and puts the Guilford logging machine into position number 3. Here comes our point leader, Scott Cook. That's the blue number 27 car. He is sitting back there in the 5th spot at the moment. Lyle Wolfinger is 7th with the number 41 race car. And then is Bill McNeil and Tim Taylor, along with Ed Bulio and the 22 of Jennison.
All in a big pack of traffic off of turn number 4, now looking to make it 3 wide. One of the cars that looks to be the Lyle Wolfinger, car number 41. He grabs 2 spots down the front straightaway, gets to the inside of Cook in the 27. Mason slips up high in car number 37 and loses 2 spots down the back straightaway.
As he does, Ed Bulio puts the nose of that white number 3 underneath the 37 as they enter turn 3. Bulio locks up that left front. Yellow flag is out. We've got a car down in the infield going through the car wash in turn number 2, putting some water up onto the racetrack, plus Frank Kaiser, early race leader or competitor for the lead, has come to a stop up against the wall in turn number 3.
On the pit road, and then the field will be led by 73. Larry Barnett off of turn number 4, green flag waves from the starter stand, and we're back underway. Barnett, the race leader, back down to the stripe.
Green flag flies, and it is Barnett, but look what happens right up alongside. It's that number 39 of Ryan Stone. One of the real hot shoes in this division puts the pressure on Barnett as these two guys who are buddies are really going at it for the lead. Larry Barnett out of Ledyard, the Leadfoot Larry, leads them off of turn number 4. Stone continues to look for a way around the tough way. That is passing on the outside. And our current point leader, Scott Cook, runs in the 3rd spot. Bill McNeil, feature event winner this year, sits back in the 4th position. And then look at that 3 wide as they battle it out for position number 5. It is Wolfinger, Fecto, Wolfinger, and Fecto actually get together. And when they do, it's Tim the Toolman that slides in and grabs the spot.
Taylor grabs the spot, but Lyle Wolfinger had to save in the night there as he continues to battle up the 57 of Ken Fecto, the 3 for Ed Pulio, the 37 for Kevin Mason. All in that big clump of cars down in turn number 1 as the race leaders begin to pull away. Now McNeil to the inside of Cook for that 3rd position, down over in turn number 3 with the 64 closing quickly for Tim Taylor.
McNeil doing a bang-up job here tonight in that red, yellow, and white number 44. He is about to take over the 3rd spot from the number 27 of Scott Cook, and the 64 of Tim Taylor is there. Wolfinger in that orange number 41 race car. He was right in the thick of things a few moments ago, but if you recall, got hung up with another car going down the backstretch, the 57 Effecto, and that cost both of those drivers seriously. Here comes Ed Pulio, the white number 3 car, as he exits turn number 4. He now finds himself looking down the tailpipe of the 41 of Wolfinger.
Tim Taylor takes a look to the outside of the 27 for Scott Cook down in turn number 1. But will have to fall back in the line behind Cook. The 27 as the top 5 remain single file down the back straightaway. Lyle Wolfinger is next in line in car number 41. Ed Pulio in the 3, Ken Fecto in the 57, and Kevin Mason in the 37.
We've got 7 of 20 posted up on the NASCAR Weekly Racing Series scoreboard, and your leader is Ryan Stone out of Branford, Connecticut, driver of car number 39. Ryan is no stranger to victory lane. Now, following this event, we will go to the wrestling matches. Following this event, we will go to a wrestling match.
Taylor slides up high off of turn number 4, allowing Cook to the inside. Car number 27 Cook trying to grab that spot away from Cook. That's the battle for 4th and 5th. Lyle Wolfinger next in line in the 6th spot. Ed Pulio in 7th. Fecto is in 8th. Mason is in 9th. Down the back straightaway, car number 98 having a good run to round out the front 10. That is Jeff Heselton.
All right, we're at the halfway point. The flagman indicating that to the drivers with the flags crossed, showing them that they are at the halfway mark of this race. Down on the inside, it is the 44 of McNeil as he challenges Leadfoot Larry Barnett. And McNeil not only challenges, but grabs the spot. So Bill McNeil now moves up into the 2nd spot, and all in all has only about 6 or 8 car lengths between himself and that high-flying leader, Ryan Stone. So it is Stone, McNeil, Barnett, Cook, Taylor, Wolfinger, and Pulio.
Good battle for that 2nd spot as McNeil now begins to pull away from Barnett. Car number 73 tries to reel in the race leader, 39 for Ryan Stone. Down in turn number 3, begins to do so off the corner, picking up a car length off of turn number 4. Barnett to settle in 3rd, then a good battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th between Scott Cook, Tim Taylor, and Lyle Wolfinger.
Indeed it is, 12 laps up on the scoreboard, and you can see McNeil is beginning to pull away from the 73 of Barnett, and in the process is very slowly and gradually closing the advantage that Ryan Stone had built up only a couple of laps ago. So here comes the challenge. McNeil with just about 7 laps to go. Can he close in and overtake the number 39 between now and the time that 20 laps get posted up on the scoreboard? Time will tell as Ryan Stone sets a blistering pace off the 2nd turn and down that long back straightaway here at Thompson.
He'll complete the 14th circuit this time around. McNeil may have time off of turn number 4 as only 3 car lengths now separate himself and race leader, the 39 of Ryan Stone, then it's the 73 of Larry Barnett, side by side for 4th between Cook and Tim Taylor down into turn number 3.
Amazing, Kyle, how in the last couple of laps the McNeil car has managed to seriously dent the advantage that Stone had. He has now brought that advantage down to about 4
Trouble in turn number 4.
There is.
33 got out of shape right in front of the race leader of Ryan Stone. No damage to either car.
That's what you call dodging a bullet. But what it did do was, again, erase a little more of the advantage that Stone had over the 44 of McNeil. So it is Ryan Stone out in front.
Down in turn number 3. 2 cars at the front of the field. Ryan Stone, the race leader. Bill McNeil in 2nd. 3rd is the Larry Barnett, car number 73. Then it is Tim Taylor and a good battle for 5th. Lyle Wolfinger in car number 41 and the 27 for Scott Cook down in turn number 1. Side by side, they try and split the 33 of Plord, and it doesn't work as Plord goes around off of turn number 2 in front of a couple of cars, Heselton included. One car gets the black flag to 62 of White. Looking to see if Ford can get that car refired over in turn number 2. He does so, but the caution waves for the 2nd time in this event.
That way you don't obstruct the view of the people who are in the grandstands behind you. Thank you very much for your cooperation again. If you are behind or standing against the wheel fence, please take a seat.
Green flag back in the air from the starter stand as the field back down in turn number 1, being led by the 39 of Ryan Stone. Bill McNeil now falls into 2nd within a car length this time around, instead of the 4 or 5 car lengths we saw a moment ago before the caution. This puts Tim Taylor back into the show along with the 73 of Larry Barnett. One car goes around. It's Lyle Wolfinger in front of a pack of traffic. Kevin Mason saves the car, and car number 37 will head to the infield grass. Lyle Wolfinger, the only car involved in car number 41.
And some incredible evasive driving on the part of not only Mason, but the rest of the field as they all were able to get around the Wolfinger machine that was literally halfway out onto the racetrack.
Looking to go green this time around. Ryan Stone to the inside, Bill McNeil to the outside. Off of turn number 4, we have 3 laps to run, and back down to the stripe, it is Stone by a car length, but McNeil takes a look to the inside as the 22 of Jennison gets a little out of shape on the restart.
McNeil did take a peek to the inside, but Stone was able to close the door in turn 1 as they exit the 2nd corner and head down the back straightaway. Just about 1 car length separates the top 2 contenders as they head deep into turn number 3.
2 laps to go this time around.
Off the turn and looking to make it yet another win is car number 39, Ryan Stone. White flag is out as they come back across the line. Stone, McNeil, Taylor, Barnett, Julio. That's how they run in the final circuit around the high bank 5/8 mile Thompson International Speedway. And we are headed for home in this one. Stone has managed to open up a considerable advantage, and barring any problems with his race car, Ryan Stone from Brantford, Connecticut, leads the field off of turn number 4, and he collects the victory. Taking down the win, the driver of car number 39, Ryan Stone. Finishing in the second spot, the driver of the number 44, Bill McNeil. In the third position, it is Tim the Toolman Taylor with the number 64, followed by Ed Julio in the 3 and the 73 of Larry Barnett. And that, of course, is very, very unofficial, but that's about the way they cross the finish line. Car number 88 will bring the field around. That is Scott Fanning, and Scott hails from Smithfield, Rhode Island, in the TK Racing Machine. Car number 1 starts alongside this Jerry Konopka out of Lebanon, the Willimantic camera and video sponsored race car. Then it is car number 99. This driver in from Agawam, Mass. In the Mighty Auto Parts Machine is Jeff Plakius, and alongside of him will be car number 67. That's the 67 for Lemonster's Mark Schofield in the Bibbs Auto Repair Machine. All right, so those are the front 2 rows. Looks like we are set to go to victory lane. Kyle Rickey is there, along with a very happy driver hailing from Brantford, Connecticut. Been a long day, but he is about ready to climb out of the race car. Let's go to victory lane and Kyle Rickey.
All right, thank you very much, Russ. As the photos are being taken down here in victory lane, Ryan Stone has the checkered flag in hand, unbuckling the belts here inside of the race car, and looking to climb out of car number 39, a Guilford locking machine. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Stone taking down the race win here this evening. Ryan, great run out there between you and Bill McNeil. Maybe too many restarts than what you have wanted out there, but great run holding them off.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, Billy was real strong there. He gave me a run there. I didn't want to see those cautions. I saw him get by Larry Barnett. He had a good run, and I knew he was pressing hard. We were able to hold him off. I got to thank my crew, Steve and Sean, my brother Brandon and Ben, and my dad and mom, and my girlfriend Chris. Everybody supports me, along with Wilson Art International, Guilford Logging, Larry's Auto Machine. Thanks a lot.
All right, that's Ryan Stone down here trackside, winner of the second feature event tonight. Late models are on the speedway. Back upstairs to the rest of the starting lineup.
All right, thank you, Kyle. Car number 51 will start 5th on the lineup. You may have seen this car at the Woodstock Fair. It is the number 51 car, which is being driven by Dave Blaine out of Danielson in the Industrial Insulation Works sponsored race car. 47 car, Ed from Oxford, Mass, also seeking sponsorship. And rounding out the field is the number 52, E&G Auto Machine. The sponsor for the driver out of Andover, it is Debbie Seller. So that is the way things shape up as we get ready to get underway with our feature event here tonight.
And Jerry Young in the top 5 in the championship standings. They are all still battling for their spots in the season-ending standings. They'll battle right through next Sunday's final point event here at the Speedway. Talk more about that a little later as the field gets off of turn number 4, and Scott Fanning leads the field down to the green flag.
Green flag is out. It is Fanning and the number 1 of Konopka side by side. And Konopka gets a great run on the high bankings here and will just rumble off of turn number 2, head down the back straightaway. Fanning runs in the second spot. Jeff Plakius is in the 3rd position. Here comes Blaine down on the inside. The car that was at Woodstock Fair yesterday, and Blaine now tries to challenge the 67 automobile of Mark Schofield. But while all this happens, we have a car that is spun into the infield, and it looks like we are going to turn on the caution lights. Great weekend. You can call the track office towards the end of the month of September. Order your tickets early and be ready to participate with us in the World Series of Speedway Racing in mid-October.
Off of turn number 4, Scott Fenn and Jerry Konopka lead the field back down into turn number 1, with Konopka getting the advantage to the outside, down into the corner. Fanning battles back on the inside. Now he has a new contender to the outside. That's Blakeus.
Jeff Blakeus, hailing from Agawam, Massachusetts, puts that number 99 car into position number 2. Fanning is there, but here comes Jerry Young.
Fann's in trouble off of big time off of turn number 4. Blaine goes around to 33 of Zytamo, was collected for a bit. The 70 of Gentis all but stops off of turn number 4. And they're still going at it down the front straightaway. Woody Pickcat involved in the 25.
Pace truck is in, and here they come. Green flag is out. Once again, we are underway. Late model stock cars head across the line. Jerry Young slides into the second spot, grabs that from Blakeus, and Young challenges for the lead, but it is short-lived as the one of Konopka is hooked up very nicely and begins to open up a sizable advantage with less than 1 lap under green. Here comes the current champion, the reigning champ for the year 2000. Car number 48, Lonnie Mecto, as he slides underneath the 99 of Blakeus.
Couple cars, big trouble up to turn number 4, the 52 amongst them, also the 73 machine, so we're back to caution here pretty quick. Debbie Seller, one of those cars involved, the 73. For John Maturis.
Hot and humid conditions. And all of a sudden, now they come out and Mother Nature has done a 180 on them.
Off of turn number 4, we'll try it once again as Konopka leads the field back down into turn number 1. There comes Lonnie Mecto to the inside of Jerry Young to grab that second spot away in car number 48. And Jeff Zytamo in the 37 goes to the inside of Blakeus for 4th.
Down the backstretch they go as they begin to sort this thing out just a little bit. Konopka has shown that he has serious horsepower under the hood of that number 1 car. Mecto, who is the champion, runs in the second spot. Jerry Young and Blakeus running side by side through that first turn, and Blakeus now, as they exit turn number 2, grabs the 3rd spot from Young, sitting back there in the 4th position. The 37 of Zytamo rounding out the top 5. It's John Falcone's car number 01. Then we go back to last week's feature event winner, and that is the 78 of Walt Sutcliffe.
Sutcliffe making to do it 2 in a row here this evening. Takes a look to the inside of Falcone for that 5th position now off of turn number 2. Can't grab the spot. Falcone holds it. Sutcliffe will have to fall into 6th. And it is Zytamo and Bronzik to round out the front 9 off of turn number 4.
Jeff Zytamo has visited victory lane. The 01 has, the 37 has, the 78 and the 15. Every one of those cars in that group of 4 has visited victory lane. Jerry Young has been there. Lonnie Mecto has been there. However, Konopka and Blakeus have managed to somehow avoid victory lane in the year 2000. Tonight might be their night.
Right now, looking good for car number 1 of Konopka. Has a healthy 2 or 3 car length lead over the 99 of Blakeus, who now begins to close in just a bit off of turn number 2. You have to watch out for Lonnie Mecto in their rearview mirror in car number 48. Of course, he's the champion in this division here in the 2000 season. Now Blakeus to the inside of Konopka for the race lead.
Jeff Blakeus looking for his first win. He has been close so many times. Boy, he just grabs the lead away as they take those cars deep into turn number 1. Blakeus now is the new man on top with the number 99 car. And it is the 1 for Konopka, the 48 for Mecto. And a driver that we've been kind of keeping an eye on is a driver that is a former champion in this division. Sits behind the wheel of that gray and black number 76 car. He came from the back of the pack to just about mid-pack, and we're talking about Glenn Boss.
Right now he's having a tough time just past Jim Peterson a moment ago, and now tries to reel in the Woody Pickcat car number 25 off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway, holding off the 70 of Rick Gentis. Gentis not running as well as he usually does in this division.
Rick got involved in a couple of mishaps off of turn number 4, and that certainly could have messed up the race car. There's no question about that. And a tough break for the driver out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, who, as you say, runs up front most of the time. The same with the Blaine car. Dave not only runs up front, he has visited victory lane with that number 51, and yet finds himself way off the pace tonight following a couple of early race mishaps. laps up on the scoreboard. We've got 15 left to go in this one for the late model stock cars here at the Thompson International Speedway.
Car goes around off of turn number 4. Car number 34 brings out the caution yet again for Roger Ducharme from Foster, Rhode Island. Patchogue Cafe entry.
Ducharme, you can see just how slick that is in the infield as he tried to turn the car around. Now, just keep in mind.
Then it is Lonnie Mecto right in the mix off of turn number 4. Jerry Young is there as well along with Falcone. Back to green and back underway. Sutcliffe gets a little out of shape. Stacks him up for a moment. Now Gentis gets into the 25 of Pitcat.
3 wide as they were challenging for that second spot, and Lonnie Mecto drop kicks the 99 of Plakius basically from the lead all the way back. The number 1 car, once again, Kanopka got a great restart. Mecto, Plakius, and the 33 of Young were 3 wide in a battle for second in turn 2, and Mecto came out on top of that one. Plakius back into the 3rd spot. Down on the inside, here comes the 0-1, John Falcone, challenging Jerry Young for the position number 4 on the racetrack, and then back there in that green number 37, it is Jeff Seidema.
Good battle from that 4th position. On back, Falcone has a spot. Jerry Young sets in 5th, and it is Seidema in the 6th position. Sutcliffe is 7th, Bronzik in 8th. Off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. 3 wide for that 9th spot. One car a little out of shape. It's the 03. He'll fall back into line though as battle for second.
Plakius once again, after a few laps getting heat in those tires, comes on strong. He had dropped back on the restart as he had done a couple of times before, but once those tires get heated up, Jeff Plakius, that number 99, becomes one potent race car. He has managed to get by the 48 of Mecto, and now once again sets his sights on the number 1 car that is leading the event. That is Mr. Kanopka. All right, 14 up on the scoreboard. Next time by, we'll be into the final 10 as Plakius seriously reduces the advantage that Kanopka has as they head into turn number 3.
Then it is Lonnie Mecto all by himself in 3rd, Falcone in 4th, Jerry Young in 5th, and a good scramble from 6 on back, being led by Jeff Seidema, the 78 of Sutcliffe, the 15 of Bronzik, the 70 for Gentis. All in a battle for position, along with Foster in the 22 off of turn number 2.
You know, we had made mention a little bit earlier that Rick Gentis seemed to be somewhat off the pace, or at least off of his normal pace. Well, all of a sudden he has come alive with that white number 70 race car, and Rick Gentis is smoking his way up through this pack. He has passed last week's winner. In fact, he has passed the winners of 2 events this year, or 2 race winners, we should say, and now sets his sights on the exhaust pipes of yet another feature event winner, the 37 of Seidema. So as they come off the turn, here we go. A challenge for the lead as Plakius takes a peek to the inside of Kanopka. At the line, Jerry has the advantage, but Plakius does exactly what he did about 8 or 9 laps ago, and that is to take that number 99 deep into turn number 1 and take over the top spot.
Takes him those 5 laps or so to get the tires heated up, and when they do, watch out. He'll go to the front of the field in a hurry, and he does so here as we work the second half of this event. Down to the final 7 circuits. The race leader is back down in turn number 1 for Plakius. Then it is Kanopka in 2nd, Mecto in 3rd. Caution again, down in turn number 3.
Now, the interesting thing here is going to be what happens, because as you just said, it takes 4 or 5 laps to build up the heat in the Plakius tires so that he can make the move. It's happened a couple of times. On the restarts, he falters and drops off the pace. Once he builds some heat in those tires, he is like Jack the Bear with that red and black number 99 car. Looking for their first feature event win of the 2000 season. Pace truck is in, and we are ready to go. Green flag flies, and will it be a carbon copy or not? Plakius gets a good run off the turn, makes contact with Kanopka. Plakius is up into the wall, and the yellow flag flies.
They all stack up down into turn number 1. Well, now we have to see how much damage there is to the side of the 99 car. Catch up to the tail end of the field, but unfortunately will be outside of the top 15 and have a slim chance of winning this one here tonight, as Kanopka is the new race leader, leads the field back down to the green flag, and more trouble now as car number 7 goes around on the restart for Jay Polanski.
And it looks like there may in fact be some problems with the Plakius car, as he never did get it up to speed. on one. On one. Here we go. Green flag flies, and Konopka jumps on the throttle, leads the field off of turn number 4. It is Mekto in the second spot. It's anyone's race for the third position. And it looks like Joey Young has a slight advantage as they head into the turn, but as they exit the turn, the third spot goes to Falcone. Here comes the 37, that is Jeff Seidema. And look up on the outside at white number 70 of Rick Gentis. It has come alive and well in the closing stages of this one. Gentis and 33 of Young come together. Rick Young hits the wall hard over in turn number 4. Well acquainted with and pretty good friends with Ray Evernham, and wish him nothing but a lot of success.
Off of turn number 4, the restart comes with 6 laps remaining, and Konopka leads the field back down into turn number 1 with Mekto to his rear bumper down into the corner. The battle for third heats up between Falcone to the inside, Seidema to the outside. Both of those cars go way up the speedway. Seidema might have got the outside wall just a bit, halfway down the backstretch. Sutcliffe to fall into that 5th position.
Walt Sutcliffe, who was the winner last week, rounds out the top 5. Then it is Scott Bronson, car number 15. 25 of Norbo Bay, and here comes the 03. He is coming back to life. That is Mark Palmisano. Remember, he was involved in a mishap that drop-kicked him to the back of the pack, but he suddenly finds himself back in the thick of the competition. Seidema looks to the outside of the 01, makes it work that time in turn 3. So Jeff Seidema now secures himself a spot, at least for now, in the 3rd position. Falcone holds on in the 4th spot. Rounding out the top 5 is Sutcliffe, but that may be short-lived as here comes the 15 down to the bottom of the racetrack, and Scott Bronsick now moves in to round out the top 5.
Woody Pigcat in the mix as well on car number 25, and Sutcliffe on the outside. Dave Blaine trying to make his way back up through the field in car number 51 along with Jim Peterson in the 87. And the 22 is Scott Foster.
Round and round we go. 22 up on the scoreboard. We'll get the 2-lap marker this time by. 2 to go for the driver who has been trying to find his way to victory lane all season long behind the wheel of car number 1. Jerry Konopka leads them across the line. He's got 2 times around the park to go, and he will have a win in his pocket.
Off of turn number 2, leads by 5 car lengths over Lonnie Mekto. Down the back straightaway, Seidema to fall in that 3rd spot, single file throughout most of the field. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3, white flag this time around. Konopka leads him across the stripe, Mekto there in 2nd, Seidema in 3rd, the 01 in 4th for Falcone, and in 5th it is Bronsick.
We are headed for home, and it is car number 1, Jerry Konopka, leading them into turn number 3. Let me tell you, there will be some celebrations tonight in the Konopka pit area. Jerry heads for victory lane with a win here on Family Fun Night, Labor Day weekend at the Thompson International Speedway. Finishing in the 2nd spot is the 48 car for Lonnie Mekto. Then we've got the 37 for Jeff Seidema, the 01 of Falcone, and the 15 of Scott Bronsick. And that, of course, is very, very, very unofficial. But car number 1, Jerry Konopka, was the first car across the line, and Konopka will head to victory lane and will be meted and greeted, as we say, by Kyle Rickey as Kyle heads down to interview our winner. A demolition derby, soccer demolition derby combination. We've got fireworks, we've got monster trucks. It's all part of Family Fun Night here at Thompson. Up onto the ramp and headed for victory lane as the driver of car number 1, the Willimatic camera and video sponsored race car. Let me tell you, it is going to be one happy driver as he climbs out of that automobile. They have come close so many times in the 2000 season. And here tonight on Labor Day weekend, pulling into victory lane, it is Jerry Konopka. Let's not miss a minute of this one. Let's go trackside with Kyle Rickey.
All right, thanks a lot, Russ. This is Jerry Konopka, who has been one of the most consistent drivers of the year 2000 at the Speedway. Finally gets into NASCAR Weekly Racing Series victory lane, being congratulated by starter Tony Leckie. The crew down here, part of the celebration. Steering wheel comes off, belts come off. Shots being taken by the track photographer. Jerry Kanapka looking to climb out of the car for the first time here in NASCAR 2000. Takes down the race win. Jerry, man, you've been consistent all year long, third in the championship standings, finally getting down the checkered flag here tonight.
Yeah, it was a rough race, and I know when I restart with the 99 and I got into the wall, they just come up on me a little bit. I just couldn't slow up enough, and I tagged him, and he went in. I hope he doesn't think I put him in on purpose, because I did, because we're running up front so clean, and I didn't want that to happen for anything. But man, we've been so close all year, and we've been working, and we finally paid off tonight.
Had to have a lot of people help you out here tonight, getting down the checkered flag. A lot of people I'm sure you want to thank.
Yeah, well, I got to thank my sponsor, Rollman Camera and Video, very much. I got to thank my crew, my two brothers, Jim and Dan, my dad. Phil Rondo's been helping me all season with the chassis, trying to set that up, so we finally got it, so it's halfway decent. So many people, just can't think of them all with it. Thank you very much.
All right, that's Jerry Kanapka taking down the win finally here at the Thompson International Speedway. Pro Stocks out on the track. Let's go for the lineup with
All right, thank you very much, Kyle, and here we go. On the pole is going to be car number 3 out of Ashaway, Rhode Island. Mario Showplace, the sponsor for Joe Perry, by Mike Parks in car number 66. Then it is car number 27. This race car being driven by Dan Gamache out of Manville, Rhode Island in the maid cleaning service. And rounding out the field from Worcester, Master Carpentry, the sponsors for car number 05 and Ron Rice. And it looks like we are just about set to go.
Car number 3 for Joe Perry, the 91 for Bernie Croto to lead the field off of turn number 4. Baywatcher starter Tony Lucky's green flag. Flag's in the air and we're underway, and the Pro Stocks rumble down into turn number 1 for the first of 30 laps of competition with Bernie Croto getting the jump on the outside. Car number 12 from Lombardi goes around. Everybody misses her, but the 57 will spin the opposite way and collect Dave Bergman amongst others. That is the Dale Fridley machine. Roger Godin at the top, in car number 28 with Dick Houlihan. In car number 1, Steve Ribby in the 85, and Ken Kohler in the 43. Looking for, once again, the initial start of this event with Croto creeping out to the front. Here comes Perry, guns the number 3 car, and we get the start of this one.
Perry gets a great start off of turn number 4 and leads them into the turn, but that will not last very long.
Maintain car speed to the line. Don't lag back like that.
And a little lesson called Restart 101 is being taught here.
Try it again. Looks a lot better this time around, so far anyway. Croto to the outside, Perry to the inside, off of turn number 4.
Boy, this is a snail's pace as they come off of turn 4 down to the line. Looks like they both are graduating magna cum laude from Restart 101. Into turn number 2, it is the 91 for Croto as he leads them down the back straightaway. Keep an eye on Kohler as he puts that white number 43 solidly into the second position. Roger Godin on a roll with that white number 28. He has moved all the way up to the 4th spot as we put the 1 of 30 up on the scoreboard.
Like a missile to the outside goes car number 28 of Roger Godin as the field spills off of turn number 2. Good three-way battle for second spot down in turn number 3. Steve Ribby has the position, and here comes Roger Godin to take the 3rd spot away from Bernie Croto. Off of turn number 4, back down to the stripe. Everybody maintains their position down into turn number 1 with Ken Kohler, the race leader. Steve Ribby in 2nd, then it's Roger Godin. Next in line, Phil Rondo in the 19. Then it is car number 8 for Russ Murray to round out the front 6. Back down to the stripe. The field spills off of turn number 4. Car number 2, the next car in line for Jim McCallum. He had a tough week here last week. Now up well into the top 10.
Keep an eye on the Mad Dog, George Bissett, sitting back there in that orange number 39 race car. He and Dick Houlihan, along with the McCallum car, all making a march to the front. But it is Ken Kohler out in front with that number 43. Steve Ribble runs in the 2nd spot. That's the number 85 car. Spencer's Roger Godin holds on for the third position, and then it is Phil Rondo in position number 4 as we have 4 laps up on the scoreboard. Into turn 3, Kohler looking to become, again, a first-time winner if possible here tonight. But he's got a long, long way to go. Another 25 circuits around the 5/8 mile oval.
Ribby in that second spot, single file in turn number 2. Roger Godin in third. Of course, he is the point leader, racing for championship here in the next couple of Sundays. Then it is Phil Rondo all by himself in 4th, Russ Murray in 5th, Jim McCallum, Dick Houlihan, and George Bissett round out the lead group back off of turn number 4, 6 laps complete.
Godin all over the rear bumper of Steve Ribby as Godin is trying to make a run to the front. Ribby trying to do 2 things: guard his own position and yet make a move on the Kohler entry as they work their way back into turn number 3. Godin losing a little bit of his advantage there on that last circuit. Sitting back there in the 4th spot is Phil Rondo, car number 19, followed by the 8 of Russ Murray and the 2 of Jim McCallum.
Battle for the race lead off of turn number 2. Ribby takes a look to the outside of Kohler, but can't get the job done. He'll fall back in line. Now takes a look to the inside, gets up alongside the race leader easily, and takes the race lead, but Kohler battles back off 4.
Kohler drops right to the bottom of the racetrack. Unfortunately, got a little too low. Picked up some dampness on the tires, and when he got back up onto the racing surface, he got squirrely, and that cost him. Here comes Godin up on the outside of Kohler. We've changed the complexion of this one as we shuffle the deck on that last circuit. It is Ribby out in front now with the 85, Godin up to 2nd. Kohler gets drop-kicked back into position number 3. 4th, it is still Phil Rondo, followed by the 8 of Murray. McCallum side by side with the Mad Dog George Bissett in the 39 and the 1 of Dick Houlihan.
That's a battle for the 7th spot off of turn number 2 and give the spot to George Bissett. Dick Houlihan will fall into 8th. Down into turn number 3, Chris Fibber-McGee to run in 9th, and Dave Batondo to round out the top 10. Chuck Dougherty looked like he had a problem for a moment. Car number 78 slid up the track and allowed Dennis Maxfield to the inside in car number 0.
1/3 of this one is on the scorecards, and right now Steve Ribby is the man to beat as he has that Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice sponsored car number 85 running at full song as he comes back across the stripe. Godin is right there just waiting for his opportunity to strike. Lead duo Kyle has managed to open up at about an 8 to 10 car length advantage over Kohler's 43, and the 19 of Rondo is erasing what advantage Kohler had.
78 of Chuck Dougherty did have a problem a lap and a half ago. He pulls it onto pit road. His night comes to a conclusion here on lap number 12. Car around over turn number 2. Looks to be car number 11 for Jeff Caruso. He'll refire the car and head down the back straightaway. He will lose a lap though to the race leaders, possibly as they hit turn number 3. With car number 85 at the front of the field for Steve Ribby, Roger Godin in the 2nd spot. Then it's a lap car, Michael Rivard, separating the 2nd place car from the 3rd place car, which is the 33 of Ken Kohler. Phil Rondo is next in line, then it's Russ Murray, Jim McCallum, George Bissett, and then the 1 for Dick Houlihan. Then a large gap back to the 48 of Dave Bergman over in turn number 3. Back down to the stripe, it's Ribby by 4 car lengths over Roger Godin, the point leader in this division. Couple more cars go a lap down as the field gets the halfway signal. This time around, it'll be 15 laps complete, 15 laps to go. And of course, concluding Victory Lane will begin the wrestling portion of the program. And Doug Danger's Thrill Show, monster trucks, fireworks, and demolition derbies. Off of turn number 2, we remain under the green flag just past the halfway mark. And it is Steve Ribby in turn number 3. The race leader, Roger Godin in 2nd. Ken Kohler in 3rd. Phil Rondo in 4th. Russ Murray in 5th. All single file right now. Just past the halfway mark. 16 laps of the 30 up on the scoreboard. Jim McCallum and George Bissett, the next 2 cars in line over in turn number 1. Dick Houlihan is in that 8th position all by himself right now off turn 2.
Steve Ribby looking to do what he has tried to do all year, and that is to grab a visit to Victory Lane. And he might just be able to do that tonight as he crosses the stripe with car number 85 and once again leads them back into turn number 1. Roger Godin pedaling real hard, trying to play catch-up, but Ribby seems to have opened up a slight, in fact, more than slight advantage. He's opened that up to about 5 or 6 car lengths as they work their way back into turn number 3. This time by, we're going to post 18 up on the scoreboard, and we find the laps ticking down to a precious few.
Field's off of turn number 2. A lot of lap traffic ahead of the race leader, including car number 66. He will be the first of them for Mike Parks, new competitor to the Thompson International Speedway this season, along with car number 12 for Leanne Lombardi, who had a problem at the initial start, and the 3 of Joe Perry going a lap down here with 11 laps remaining, just in front of the race leaders, along with Bernie Croto. Off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway, Ribby continues to extend his lead by about a car length down the back straightaway. Roger Godin in second, car number 28. Back to third, almost a half a straightaway back for the 43 of Ken Kohler. Then it's the 19 of Phil Rondo, the 8 of Russ Murray round out the front 5. Jim McCallum, George Bissett, and the 1 of Dick Houlihan round out the top 8. Dave Bergman next in line, one of the drivers on the NASCAR Modified Series, here with us this evening in our Pro Stock in the 48 car all by himself. Dave Bitondo and Dennis Maxfield round out the top 10 as the field now gets the 10 lap to go signal as Steve Ribby all by himself comfortably back down into turn number 1, gets around Joe Perry, now goes to work on Bernie Croto. Yellow flag waves though once again here as the car spun over on the back stretch. It looks to be car number possibly the 84 rather, from the NASCAR Featherweight Modified Series in their season finale for the 2000 season as they crown a champion here at the Speedway.
Green flag flies once again off the turn. Here they come, Ribby and Godin side by side. Roger gets a great run off of that banking and leads them into turn number 1. Current point leader takes over the top spots, and Roger Godin leads them down the straightaway, but Ribby comes back with a vengeance on the inside. The Ocean Spray 85 on a roll, as is the 28. Great wheel-to-wheel high-speed competition with Godin and Ribby.
Back down into turn number 1, little contact made. Godin about tags the outside wall. Ribby gains the second spot, and here comes Phil Rondo to challenge for the second spot for Roger Godin. Godin hangs on to it. Rondo will fall into third. Ken Kohler's in fourth. Side by side for fifth. McCallum to the outside. Bissett in the middle, and here comes Russ Murray to the inside. Looked to be 3 wide for a moment. As the race leaders head down the back straightaway, working the final circuits of this one, 23 of the 30 complete. McCallum goes around in front of a pack of traffic, collects the 1 of Dick Houlihan and the 99 of Bitondo. The 8 also becomes involved for Russ Murray. We go caution once again. Looks like McCallum lost it all by himself in car number 2. Will select the winner of the cruise. Off of turn number 4 and back into green, it is Ribby and Godin. Godin tries to get the jump on the outside. Ribby to the inside. Bill Rondo is third. Bissett battles for fourth. He and Ken Kohler get together. Once again, both of the leaders go way up the speedway, but this time Roger Godin takes full advantage and leads down the back straightaway into turn 3. Ribby tries to battle back to the inside, but will have to fall in the line this time. And here comes Dave Bergman. Battle move on the outside, trying to power around the 43 of Ken Kohler for the 5th position. Great run for Bergman in the 48. The 1 for the 0 rather for Maxfield, and then the 25 for McGee. Norman Wren next in line in car number 1M. 5 laps to go, this time by for the race leader. Roger Godin takes command and takes charge at the front of the field and pulls away by 2 car lengths from Steve Ribby. Rondo sets in third, Bissett in fourth, and to round out the front 5, the 43 of Ken Kohler. Then it's the 48 for Dave Bergman trying to get up into the top 5, takes a look to the inside, can't get the job done. Then it's the 0 of Maxfield, Wren, the 25 of McGee, to round out the first group of cars down into turn number 1. Car goes around over in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Trying to keep the car rolling. Going to be a tough thing to do at that end of the speedway. He has the car fired up, but the caution flag waves. A lot of moisture over on the back straightaway, and caution waves this evening. Still have 3 laps to settle this one, though, as Roger Godin gets the jump. Best jump of the night off of turn number 4, and Steve Ribby in jeopardy. Big trouble here on the front straightaway. Ribby goes around in front of half of the field, gets tagged by Dick Houlihan, and we have a mess heading down into turn number 1. Russ Murray becomes involved in car number 8. He has spun a 180. Houlihan involved. All started on the restart. When Roger Godin got the jump,
That's 8. That's 9.
there's here for the final 3 circuits. Off of turn number 4, the pace truck is pulled in, and Roger Godin leads the field off of turn 4. Green flag from the starter stand. Much better start this time around. Back into turn number 1. It's Godin, the race leader. Phil Rondo tucks into second. George Bissett in third. And Dave Bergman, what a great run up in that machine. He is in fourth. And Ken Kohler to round out the top 5. It'll be the 2-lap to go signal this time around. Popsicle sticks in the hands of Tony Lucky. 2 to go as the field back down in turn number 1, being led by the 28 of Roger Godin. Good 5th place battle. Little scramble there between the 43 of Ken Kohler and the 0 of Dennis Maxfield. Norman Rent gets involved in the mix as well in car number 1M. White flag off of turn number 4 in car number 28. Roger Godin looking to extend his point lead once again here this evening as they head for the run of the championship next Sunday here at the Speedway. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Looking for the checkered flag off of turn number 4, and driver of car number 28 of Roger Godin will see it. This time around, he holds off Phil Rondo for the win with the set coming in third. So at the completion of this one, it is Roger Godin taking down the win in car number 28. He, of course, extends his point lead by quite a bit over Steve Ribby, who was third in points, and Dick Houlihan, who was in second in points. Wrestling coming up right after Victory Lane. And, of course, that drawing we've all been waiting for several weeks here at the Speedway of who is going to go on the Big Red Boat Cruise. That is coming up in a little bit, but it's Roger Godin taking down the race win. We'll hear from him first. The 19 of Phil Rondo, the 39 of George Bissett, the 48 of Dave Bergman, and the 43 to round out the front 5 of Ken Kohler. Great run for Kohler, stayed out of trouble all night long and finished in 5th. As did the 28 of Roger Godin, although the trouble most of the time was behind him as he pulls into Thompson Victory Lane. We'll hear from him with Russ Dowd in just a moment. Tony Lucky down there to congratulate him with the checkered flag. The crew congratulates him down trackside. Let's go downstairs right now and hear from him. Here's Russ.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. And tell you, here's a gentleman that is no stranger to Victory Lane. As a matter of fact, if he keeps pulling in here like this, he's going to want a quick claim deed to at least this portion of Don Hurrig's real estate here at the Thompson International Speedway. And a great run for him here tonight. He's about to climb out of the car. The helmet will come off, and I know that there are a lot of folks up there in the grandstand that want to cheer him on and let him know that they're his fans. Taking his time getting out, but I'll tell you, he's still a happy camper. Grab a couple of quick photos, and here he comes, Roger Godin. Rough night at the OK Corral, Roger, but congratulations. You got the job done again and again.
My hat's off to that 85. He ran a good show out there. I don't understand what I put him in the rear after that, but he must have did something. But he ran a good show, and there's a lot of competition out here, and I'm just glad to be where I am.
Well, you did a terrific job, and I'm sure once again, Roger, there are a lot of folks you want to thank for the help that makes it possible for you to be here.
Well, I'd rather be driving these cars, I say, instead of doing that wrestling that they had over there. I'm a little small for that.
Well, we've got wrestling coming up next, so we're going to have some wrestling real soon. Roger, first off, let's make a presentation to you on behalf of Donald and D.R. Honig, the plaque commemorating your win here tonight, and we extend congratulations to you on a job well done. Roger Godin taking home the hardware here this evening. And Roger, believe it or not, we also have an additional chore for you before we begin to let the final photos be taken. What has happened here over the last several weeks is that we've had people registering for a cruise on the big red boat. And because the Pro Stock division, of which you all remember is the lead division, we decided that the winner of tonight's feature event would have the honor of making that drawing. So, we're going to ask you to draw 4 different names. The first name will be the winner of the cruise. In the second name, we have a Rowenta iron. Third name, we have a Rowenta iron. And the fourth name, we have a Rowenta bathroom scale, courtesy of the folks at Rowenta. But, if you would, just put that stuff aside for a second, then we'll let your crew in here for the rest of the photos. But, if you would, reach into the box and draw a name for a cruise on the big red boat. Can you make out the name, Raj? Let's see here. I gotta put on my specs. Looks like Deirdre Kumpf of Smith Road in Moosop, Connecticut. Deirdre Kumpf.